Hello everyone, my name is Ryan and welcome back to another episode. Now before we begin this video, once again I'm going to have to say that this video may not be school appropriate, you know what I mean, you know who I'm talking to, and at this point why do I keep doing this anyways? But yeah, just going to throw that out there like I usually do for these videos, and that means we're going to be doing another gun augmentations part. Give me a second. Is it part 8 or part 7? I'm not really sure, hold on, let me just check. Okay, so it's part 8. Anyways, let's get on with this video. So, when I do say gun augmentations, if you aren't familiar with the already existing series of gun augmentations, like that thing right there, which I'll show in another video, if you aren't familiar with the gun augmentation series, then you should know it's basically a series where I make Lego augmentable guns, kind of like, Nerf guns almost, if you want to use that analogy. But anyways, that's kind of not what we're doing here today. Today I want to show you something else I built that isn't really, well, it's a gun, but it's not really part of the gun augmentation series per se, so I decided to show it anyways. So this, my friend, is the Magnum Revolver in Lego. I don't really know. So basically what I've done here is that I've just made a ginormous, absolutely humongous revolver out of Lego, and it's huge, it's insane, and it just broke. I came up with this idea a long time ago, I think. I came up with this idea quite a long time ago. You see, I was doing some thinking. I was trying to make another gun augmentations, and then I thought, you know what? Why don't I make like a different pistol? What if I made a revolver? Because wouldn't that be cool? And so what I first did was I went to my computer, and unlike what I usually do with these, is that I opened up, let's say, a paint document or whatever, but I opened up a document and I decided to draft out what I was going to make first before I make it, because I honestly didn't know how I was going to do the actual revolving part of the revolver. But today, after lots of work, I have finally managed to create this revolver, which actually does work as a revolver, as I'll demonstrate with this revolving barrel over here. So first of all, besides the revolving chamber part of the barrel, whatever that's called, we have some other aspects. So the main interesting part, I guess, would be both the really long barrel over here and the very interesting looking handle over here. So the trigger and this back piece over here aren't really much. I'm not sure what this thing, it's like the firing pin of the gun, I think. I'm not sure what exactly it's used for, but I put it there because it looks cool, so yeah, I guess it works then. So you may notice the back handle here looks kind of interesting, mainly because it's not one solid color. Now, when I was originally making this, I let's just say, I just had a lack of the right colored bricks. So since I didn't have a lot of brown, especially brown curved pieces, I basically built it with whatever I had and attached some random gray pieces where I found applicable. This random red piece does kind of stand out, but I don't think it's red, so it's relatively close to the brown color, so I guess it doesn't stand out too much if you don't look at it. You may also notice that this entire gun is made out of different shades of brown and gray. That's because I don't have one uniform color of gray, so I just decided, why don't we just make it out of gray. Probably the most interesting and the thing I'm most proud of is not only the revolving barrel, which is the first thing, but also the handle and the actual ergonomic part of the gun. It's very well constructed. It curves very well, and it just fits extremely well. So the trigger is actually solid. The trigger doesn't work. This thing also serves no purpose, and this doesn't fire, as you can probably see. However, what it does do is this. This was the main feature that I wanted this gun to have, the ability to actually load and unload bullets like an actual revolver, and I have somehow managed to make that work. So as you can see, if I push on this thing over here, it actually comes out like that. And you can even spin it around like so. Although if you are spinning it around, I do recommend that it is very fragile and does break and get stuck a lot, because these aren't all Lego standard bricks, so they're kind of not good. If you can look over here, you can see that it does in fact rotate 160 degrees in both directions, and it does even pop out both directions where you can unload and load in bullets, which I've already demonstrated over here. Again, ignore the red pieces, that was bad planning, and yeah. Before I explain how the bullets and stuff work, I would like to point your attention to this thing over here. So, as you may notice, for the scale of this thing, this is relatively extremely large. However, if you could, you can break off the end over here. You can break off this barrel end over here, and then you'll be left with this kind of small sort of mini revolver over here. But anyways, yeah, if you want to, you can get rid of the extended barrel and just make it a short revolver, which is a lot lighter and easier to hold, and it still works completely fine, I guess. So yeah. Okay, so the bullets are kind of interesting, mostly that some are free floating in place and some are not. If you're wondering how I did the removable, how I managed to remove this chamber over here, it's actually kind of complicated. Well, not really, but basically I had, if you can see down there, there's like a brick with a peg hole in it, and same on the other end, and basically with a few studs and lucky measurements, you managed to make something like this. So these giant T-shaped bricks over here, they're just basically so when you're sliding it around, it doesn't fall out and it just fits in better, I guess. Because otherwise, if you don't add enough bricks to the side of it, it does kind of get stuck when it's passing through the bricks because they're not perfectly uniform and whatnot. So yeah, it's good to just do that so it just slides in and out really, really easily, and yeah, it doesn't cause too many problems. So the barrel itself is interesting because this was actually an extremely, extremely difficult design that I had to remake multiple times. But basically, you can take it off, and due to a lack of bricks, I don't have all the snot bricks or whatnot, but you can take it off and you can reveal basically all the inside chambers and bullets and such, and this works for all of the 4 walls technically. So the bullets, the truth be told, they're not really actual full bullets. The reason for that is I thought, why waste perfectly good bricks on bullets that won't even be seen or used, so I just kind of just cheaply made it like this. So yeah, I mean, it works aesthetic wise, you won't see any of this, but yeah. When I said there are 2 types of bullets, I meant there are these bullets, which are basically free floating bullets like this, where you just put it in here and due to friction it just stays there, which is actually kind of lucky on my behalf. And then we have other bullets that aren't so perfect, so to speak. So these bullets over here, they're attached by a snot brick, which is in the red right now. They're attached by a snot brick that's attached to this piece over here, and thus it sits in place perfectly in the middle and pretty much acts exactly like a normal free-floating bullet. So overall, I guess it's a pretty okay design. It's definitely not the perfect design. It's not the most perfect design in the world, but it's good enough for now, I guess, and yeah. Now, logically, you should be able to just, open it up and, slide the bullets in and out, but I'm not going to do that because that's going to take too long. And also, you might realize that these bullets are incredibly large and aren't to scale whatsoever, but neither is this gun, to be honest. So, yeah, okay. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time. Adios, bye.